Thank you for waiting so patiently. I was remiss. I'm sorry. I failed to mention the reason why Will did not speak is because we are timing our program tonight. So at MMEA, we don't get a chance to talk at all. And those of you who know me, that's probably a blessing for you. But we don't get a chance to talk, and we are timed. And if we go over even 1 second, there's a 2-year penalty before we can even audition again. And we can only audition once every 4 years. So we do not want to get in the predicament of being 6 years before we can audition again. So I'm going to just talk a little bit briefly about each piece because you don't have program notes in front of you. Both of our ensembles will have full color programs at MMEA, but I know ours aren't done, and I'm not sure if South Harrison's are done yet or not either, but we wanted to at least give you a program of what we're doing, but I know it doesn't really tell you what the pieces are. So I'm going to be brief. The beginning of all things is by Brooke Pearson. That's our opener. Brooke, I learned about Brooke through Dr. Jay Jones, who did a piece called Moons Over Jupiter back in, I think it's 2019. Jay, are you here? I don't know where you are. Is it 2019? 20. And it was beautiful. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, what is this and who is this? And he's like, yeah, it's a new composer. So when I did my first run with the Wind Ensemble, we played a piece called The Archangel Gabriel. And it was about Gabriel announcing Jesus' birth. And it's just this amazing piece of music. Kids fell in love with it, and so when I reached out to Brooke, I said, hey, do you have anything new that we can do at MMEA? And this piece, the beginning of all things, came out. It was world premiere in May of 2023. So nobody really knows this piece, and we're going to get a chance to show everyone in Missouri Brooke Pearson. He's a phenomenal composer. He's an actual high school and middle school band director in Michigan, and he writes phenomenal music, so I know you're going to enjoy that. The second piece is by Stephen Malillo. It's entitled Never Forgotten. I'm dedicating this to our alumni and all of our alumni, not only last year, but in the past 25, 26 years who have helped shape this band program. Stephen Malillo is a friend of mine. I met him back in 1995. He's a very prolific composer. He's written like 1,300 pieces of music. And he wrote a haiku once every 20 to 21 pieces of music. So he used to show up, he was a high school band director before he became a full-time composer, and he would show up at school at 4:30 in the morning and he would write for 3 minutes and 33 seconds. And whatever came out of his pen or pencil, he would put in front of his high school group and they would play it. And when you hear this piece, you're going to be like, how did he do that? He's written hundreds of these, and this one in particular spoke to me, and I think you're going to enjoy it. It's called Never Forgotten. Our third piece is Hypnotic Memories by Rossana Galante. I did not, on purpose, pick 2 Italian trumpet players, even though that's what I am, but they're great composers. Rossana Galante is, I reached out to him about this piece in particular, and he was a commissioned work. And at first he said that he actually hated this piece, which just surprised me, but it's very minimalistic. And it was supposed to be minimalistic because it was written for a 15-piece chamber orchestra. And later, as he got into orchestrating this, he added the melody on top of this minimalistic rhythm that you're going to hear throughout. It's a great piece of music. I hope you enjoy this. It is Hypnotic Memories. The fourth piece, Capture and Chorale, is what we consider a war horse standard. Not many bands play it anymore. It was written in 1976. By Clifton Williams. It was the last piece that he wrote. I won't get into everything about the piece, but he was dying from cancer, and he wrote the first part of this piece, the Caccia, when he thought he was going to pass. And then he went into remission, and so then he wrote the chorale part. It's very interesting because usually you don't start with a fast and end with slow, but when you hear this piece, you're going to understand. And he was giving thanks and reaching out to everyone with his music to be thankful for what you have and not chase materialistic things and get in touch with your faith. It's very, very near and dear to my heart, that piece of music, Capture and Chorale. by Clifton Williams. And then we're going to close with a march that was written in 1933. Christine Chesney, who I know at South Harrison, some of you know, she was a director there at South Harrison. She student taught with me and Dr. Jones back in 2012, I believe. And we were able to get her to come back home here. So she introduced me to this piece, and it's quickly become one of my favorite marches. It's called Purple Carnival. And I hope you enjoy the wind ensemble. And I'm going to stop talking. We're going to get going. Thank you. Thank you so much. Just a few thank yous. This is a combined effort. Obviously, I get to stand in front of them, but it doesn't happen by me alone. I want to thank Connor Callahan, John Bailey, Christine Chesney, Mackenzie Brazier, and Ray Linville. Without our team of band directors, we couldn't do what we do. So please give a round of applause for the Black County staff. Thank you, parents. I know, especially South Harrison, you guys drove an hour and a half or more to get here. So thank you so much, parents, for supporting your students. Give it up for South Harrison. Thank you to Erica Glidewell for running the lights and sound for us. She's in the back. Pete Etal for recording tonight, Mark Reinig for recording tonight, Dr. Jay Jones for always being a support. I got to work with him for 22 years, and he's clinic the band. He's been a sounding board for me. He's been that jack of all trades. I couldn't do what I do without him. My parents, I don't know if they're here, but my wife, all of you make a difference in what we do. So again, thank you so much, parents. Thank you, staff. Thank you, administration, for being so supportive. And I hope to see a lot of you at the lake next Friday. Great job. Thank you.